That's Blue Jackets head coach John Tortorella. His team wins tonight 5-4. They now trail this series 3-1. Joined right now by Jody Shelley, who was right between the benches for this one. And even when there were some times where they were challenged, were they rattled tonight?
I didn't sense it. And you could tell by the response there was no way they were going to get pushed out of the building. And, I think the crowd had a big part to do with it. The crowd the other night, I thought that the ending was written differently. They felt that way too. But when the final horn went in overtime, wasn't that way. Tonight, they wanted to make that right. Love the focus. I mean, the focus was so precise on what they wanted to do. It was simple. Just come in here and win this game and put the music on and relax. And I love what he talked about the process, because this is a young team. Marcus Nudavara, I mean, that kid, he's so calm and smooth. He's waited his turn. And I asked him just post-game there. I know you asked him, and he had a funny answer. But I asked him, I said, what were you doing up there in front of the net? Were you lost? He goes, no, I cheated. Like he cheated the play. And it was just a great answer, because he's kind of in a blur right now. And I think that, those are great feelings to have, especially those guys that went in. Quincy, tremendous night. Matty Calvert, dog on a bone again all night long, right from the opening faceoff. And just impressive. And Lucas Sedlak, he brought something tonight. There was a different element on that line. Those are all huge positives here. And then the victory at home, that was awesome.
It was. And Gabriel Carlson plays again. We don't even talk about it. Like when I talked about him tonight, he was making the right play. And it amazes me that he's played 6 games in the National Hockey League, and he's played now, 4 of them in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I know he's got a long way to go before he's ever the player he's going to be in this league, but what a luxury to have a rookie like that coming in and just being calm on the back end.
Bob, there's little plays that you have to make as a defenseman that if you back off half a foot, you're not able to make them. And he doesn't back off. He is very poised, and I don't know if it's because he's 20 years old or what, but he just stands in there against Malkin, Kessel, Crosby. And there was one play, I forget which goal it was it would have been in the second period. He made a poke check, and it released the play out of the Blue Jackets' end into the neutral zone territory, and then the Blue Jackets come down and score. And it was just a heads-up, great defensive play. So you're right, understated, and you don't notice him. Again, we used to talk about Ryan Murray like that all the time, because he makes the right play, and that's a compliment.
Earlier today, John Tortorella was asked about Alexander Wenberg. Somebody asked him in this morning's media availability, and he said, I'm not going to break down players in the middle of a series. That being said, I thought he was much more noticeable in a positive way tonight.
I'm happy for that line. Boone Jenner gets that goal. Brandon Saw keeps the player alive.
I like that line, too, by the way,
yes,
putting Jenner with those guys.
I like Jenner there because, I don't know, that Wenberg needs more space. And when you have a guy like Boone who attracts attention, Saad needs more space too. But when you get Boone that attracts 1 or 2, or the goalie and a defenseman who brings in another guy, it opens up that much more with 2 feet on either side of Wenberg, which is all it really needs. So that's a good dynamic. Love the way the defense played, though. I thought the defense really opened things up. Jack Johnson, are you kidding me? He was a beast all night long offensively. He gets that play towards the net that results in that first goal, and he's just all over the place. I thought he had some unbelievable looks here tonight. The biggest thing, Bob, and we talked in the intermission, the Blue Jackets locked it down. They kind of played that trap game and backed off on making plays and high-risk plays to try to score a goal. And then when they had opportunities, they buried them. And that's the difference. Wait, lock it down when you have the lead. But if you have that chance against the Penguins, you got to put it in the net, and you can see why. With that goalie pulled and the Penguins shorthanded, they get that goal to come within 1.
Well, now it'll be interesting. It's going to Pittsburgh because, again, the Penguins have the last line change. And you're able to kind of get some of the matchups that you want. That third pair, Nudavara, Gabriel Carlson. Will the Penguins try to expose? They'll try, but will they be able to expose that on the road? Will they stay together? Will he split them up and try to balance out the defense a little bit? Those are all the questions we're going to get the answers to about 48 hours from now. But I'll tell you something. It sure is nice that we're going to have at least another 48 hours to get ready for another game.
Yeah, and you know what I like that they did tonight? They got the Dubinsky line off of the Crosby line, and they got the Anderson line in there, which gives you another option. because I thought in Game 3 they really worked, the Blue Jackets worked to get that Dubinsky line out against Crosby, and it was good, but now you've got another option. And I think with the defense, Quincy in there, and Nudavara and Carlson, I think they're fine. They feel good about themselves right now. Not a lot of concern on that bench. They know where they're at. They fought off elimination, and they're just going to go play hockey again, I hope, and do it again.
You've talked about the fact that this is a momentum team.
Yes.
When things are going bad, they can go really bad. We saw that at the end of the regular season. But when they are going good, they can go very good. It's only one game, but if they take their one day at a time philosophy and carry that into Pittsburgh, they might play the music again.
That's it. Play the music. I like that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a special feeling. It's been here all year. This team gets down 3-0, and now they're back with one win at home. The focus now, as I said, drag the Penguins back to Nationwide Arena on Sunday, and the only way to do that is to beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh.
All right, that's coming up on Thursday night in Pittsburgh. But tomorrow night, Jody Shelley and I have the Inside Edge, and you'll be able to hear it on the flagship station of the Blue Jackets Radio Network, 97.1 The Fan. You can also get it through the Blue Jackets app. We'll have that for you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock as we go to Pittsburgh at least one more time this year. Blue Jackets and Penguins will square off again in Game 5 on Thursday. That'll do it for Jody Shelley and me, Bob McElligott. But stay tuned. On the other side, Ryan Mitchell and Jean-Luc Grandpierre continue with post-game coverage on the El Dorado, Scioto Downs Blue Jackets Radio Network.